Hi guys, so on today's video we have a Gio Titan mobility scooter premium model. Again, if you're not sure if your model is premium or regular, look at my other video that I'm covering what is the difference. This one is manufactured after September 2023, and on my previous two videos, part number 1 and part number 2, I've been covering how to swap accelerator handle from right hand side to left hand side. Also, I've been covering how to install aftermarket twist type throttle on the left hand side, because if you swap this one here, you will be twisting outward instead of inward. So aftermarket will let you do this normal way, twisting inward. And on my part number 2, I've been covering how to install thumb throttle, and this type, or I've been showing you how to install this type push down thumb throttle. So look at my other videos, part number 1 or part number 2, whatever fits your needs. On this today video, part number 3, I'll be showing you how to install pedal accelerator handle. So you can install it right here and you can accelerate it with your foot. So let me show you what needs to be done. First of all, I have to mention that any of those parts that I've been showing you, thumb throttle, push down throttle, twist throttle, left hand side, any of those parts I've been purchasing on Amazon or eBay, and I will be leaving a link below where exactly from which buyer I purchased. I'm pretty sure that very soon company Gio, where you purchase your scooter from, they will be selling all of those parts directly plug and play without any modifications basically needed. Some manufacturers, they will be selling you products with this type of a plug, which is basically direct plug and play. Some of the manufacturers will be selling you throttles with bare wires like this without any plug, and some of the manufacturers will be selling you throttles like this with this type of a plug, or even this type of a plug, like on an older Gio Regal or Gio Titan, manufactured before September 2023. Anyway, but it does not matter what kind of throttle you're going to buy, and I mean what kind of plug you're going to have on that throttle, as long as that pedal or twist type throttle will have 3 wires, and I mentioned and I showed that on my previous videos. So look for 3 wires only, and don't worry too much about the plug itself. It's very easy to convert, or hardwire it or solder it, whatever you can do on your end. Now on this video I will be showing pretty quick, I'll try my best to be pretty quick, it's not always happening, but how to install that pedal, because some people, they cannot twist their hand, they have medical issues. Some people, I actually spoke with quite a few customers that they cannot even move their finger to push down or to the side throttle, because that's their mobility issues, medical issues. And some of the customers are just one-handed people, they don't have a right or left hand, so they prefer to use a pedal. And you can install this pedal on any side, right side or left side. Most likely that you will not be able to install it in the middle, because I will show you later on why. But right here, that would be the perfect fit, I think. So here's the tools that I'm going to use. Allen hex wrench, 6mm to remove mirrors. I'll be using Phillips screwdriver. I will be using really tiny, basically like a sunglasses type screwdriver, flat, but not necessary. Maybe in your particular case, if you will buy some accessories with a wrong plug, that you will need to pull out some pins. A wire cutter, big or small, does not really matter. Utility knife, maybe plastic zip tie to secure some wires, or at least electrical tape so you can secure it. Now the electrical connectors, not for every case. Like in my case, I will have a pedal and plug and play. I don't have to do any hard wiring, but I will show you how to use this type of a quick connector better than this one. And couple bolts with nuts. I will show you later on where to apply them. So let's start with removing 2 mirrors, rubber caps, and loose those 6mm Allen bolts, another rubber cap, and another bolt. So I removed the screws that hold in the headlight cover just to make this video shorter. That's why you don't see a screw here, number 1, screw number 2 here, screw number 3 here, screw number 4 on the side here, screw number 5 here, and screw number 6. By the way, there is a 4 screws of smaller size will be going facing forward or front cover, and on the side you will be using those 2 big screws on both sides, 1 of each. Okay, once you remove those 6 screws, insert your fingers as much as you can between the housing, this headlight shroud, and try to pry it out gently, especially if you're working in a colder condition, so you will not break this shroud cover. Because you see this hole number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they must be aligned, and that's what is holding this cover on the top. And that's when you will be installing it back in place, started from the top. So now once you remove this, unplug your headlight plug, which is pressing down the top and pulling from the female plug. Now, as I said before, my pedal that I purchased from that particular seller came already with this same plug as on my original throttle handle plug. So it's exactly the same plug. So all I need to do, just unplug it, which is the plug with the black, red, and the green wire, not the yellow. The yellow wire and plug is responsible for the speed switch 1, 2, and 3. So leave that one plugged in, and you unplug this one. Now you plug in your wire, a plug from the pedal, and you're going to notice right away that wires are not matching, because red is not across to red on the scooter side, green is not across the green on the scooter side, only black on the middle, and black on the middle is matched. But that's actually is the most important, black across the black. If this green is not matching to green, don't worry about that, as long as your scooter is moving once you press this pedal. So let's try to turn on the ignition, put machine on the drive, and press pedal. As you can see, I'm pressing it and my scooter is moving, no problem. Now, if this is the case that you plugged in your pedal and that wire is maybe same or different than mine, again, the most important that the middle black, or maybe that black is going to be on the side, that black will be aligned with the opposite side black. That's the most important. But if somehow you plugged in, you see black across the black, but the other 2 wires, as I said, doesn't matter, but scooter does not move, then you need to switch this red on this side into this side, and this green on the opposite side, because of the color code of that particular manufacturer. So don't worry, nothing is going to get burned. That's why you need such a small screwdriver that you can push that pin inside of the accelerator and pull it out. So basically, when you are inserting your screwdriver, you will be pushing down this locking pin, because when it's locked, this is up. When you inserting the screwdriver, you're pushing it down in order to pull out from the original spot. Now, once you pulled out both of those wires on both edges, okay, Now you can cross them around, and then plug in to see if your scooter will drive. Like, it might be red across the red and green across the green. Who knows? In your case. In my case, it's opposite, because that's how factory wired it. So don't worry about that you plugged in and the pedal is not working somehow. What to do? So pull out the wires and those pins and get them plugged in opposite sides, even if the color codes is not matching, and the scooter will drive. I hope this is not very confusing for you and you understood. Now when you will be installing, make sure that those pins are straight, otherwise you will not have a good contact. Okay, click it in place. Again, you see I did not touch those wires original. That's how they came from the factory. So red is not across the red, but red across the green. Maybe in your case it's going to be red across the red. Okay, try one more time. Push down and see if it's working well. Now everything is working. Now it's a matter about how to attach this, how to connect this pedal to the floor. And here what you're going to do. Just 1 second. Okay, so leave this pedal alone. Remove everything from your floor panel. I had my mirrors. Okay. Now you will be trying to install this pedal here. Now when you will receive this type of a pedal, most likely that your wire will be facing down, so I use a knife, utility knife, and I did this opening so this wire will be like this. Now there is also will be those tabs. I will not be using them, so I'm going to cut them to make it flush with the floor. Okay. Okay, now it's flush with the floor. Now it's matter about how to connect this to the floor. You might think that, well, just the 2 screws and that's it, but not really, because if you look closely, this piece is sticking out. So you need to do the cutout in the floor of this size of the square piece, so it's going to go through. Okay, so you will need to do the square window here. Basically, if you measure it, it's going to be about 1¼ inch square, 1¼ inch on also both sides. Now we need to remove the floor. That would be the easiest way without. So 10mm socket. I forgot to mention about that from the beginning, that you will be needed. So ratchet with the socket, or now the screwdriver. Okay. Okay. So I never did it on any of the machines, but as soon as I looked at the parts, I knew that it's very possible. So for me this is new, and I'm doing prototype, let's say that. Okay, so that's why I told you that you will not be able to use pedal on the middle because of those brackets right here. It's not very convenient, so you would need to do either right here, but you would not have that much of a room for your foot. So this is the best location right here, or this is the best location if you prefer it, have it on the left side. So it's up to you. I'm going to do it on the right side, and I'm going to look one more time where exactly I'm going to cut that opening. So if I'm aligning closer to this hole, and now I'm looking on the back, this is what I have, this square right here, and this is what I need. Basically it's almost my size, not almost, it's almost 1½ inch, so perfect. Now how to cut it? Probably drill it. That would be my option. I'm thinking. And now I'm going to use just on this side, I'm going to use my utility knife. So it doesn't have to be that perfect, because the actual pedal is supposed to cover all of those imperfections. So let's see here. Now the point is that it's going to, well, it's not going up because it's getting stuck, so I need a little bit more room. So I'm going to make one more adjustment on each side. By the way, this plastic is very easy to cut. Okay, now let's try to align it. And it's better going back, and it's much better. This is how we're going to connect it. So do more if needed, as long as your pedal is moving freely. So far I like it. That's how I'm going to leave it. Now, how you're going to connect it? You will have two screws from the bottom, need to be from here. As you can see, here's my piece, and I might need to do a little bit more cut out. Okay, I think this is perfect. Okay, I think this is perfect. Pretty freely. Now it's a matter of fact how we're going to know how wide are those two holes. So we're going to drill those two holes through, because they are meant to use a screw from underneath, but we're going to do it different way. So just one second, I'm going to use a small drill bit, and I'm going to drill it through, just like this, and do the same on the opposite side. Now we have two screws that going through, and we know how wide are those holes are going to be. So we're going to align it here, and we have number one. Now for the best, I would recommend to tighten one screw, at least one screw on one side. So applying a screw through the hole, so that's why you will need a get yourself at least 1.5 2-inch screw, that you can have some room from the underneath to tighten with the nut. Okay, just like this. And let's see. In my case, I don't have enough screw sticking out, so I need longer screw. So no big deal. I've been basically preparing for this kind of situation. Okay. Now my screw, my next screw, is going to be exactly against this crossing right here. So you will need to do the cutout in order to secure nut. This is how it happened in my case. Maybe in your case you can move it to the left or to the right more, and you don't have to face the same situation. Okay, let's use a longer screw. I have much longer screw. Hopefully this one is going to work much better. So applying the screw. Okay, should be okay now. Okay, yes, this one is much longer. And where my nut is? Oh yes, right here. And this is my nut. So as I said, in my situation, my nut was exactly across the, but here is a little mistake that I did, guys. So you will not make exactly the same mistake as I did. While I was trying to align, I shifted to the right too much, and now it's not matching through my hole, and my other hole, as you can see, not here. So I need to shift it to the left. So this is okay. It's a little mistake. It's happened. You can fill it later on with some kind of silicone, that little hole. So basically I move way too much. I need to move only, I'm assuming, only here, closer to this square hole. And let's try one more time. Yeah, this is normal, especially if you're doing this for the first time like I am. And let's do this. Now it's much better, and we have but our square piece is not aligned now, so we need to do more opening. Well, that's okay, no big deal. Okay. So be careful when you're working with this utility knife. It's pretty sharp, and so not perfect as I wanted to, but the pedal will be closing all of this imperfection, so I'm not really worried that much. Okay, now we have one side. Let's try to push pedal, and it's going through freely, no problem. Even more on this side. Good. Now we have on this side. Let's try to drill another hole. And see where it came. And it came exactly, as you can see, in this spot right here. So we're going to cut it. So guys, this is not as perfect, but don't worry that much, because the actual pedal will be closing all of those little seams. Okay. Okay. You can put washer from underneath, and this is your case. If that bolt is too high, too big, I mean too wide, and let me see. Okay, so now from the behind I'm going to use the nut, and hopefully it's going to be fine. And same on this side. And I'm going to hold it with my pair of pliers from the inside and tighten it here. Now, because again this is a basically prototype model that I'm doing for one particular customer that asking me for a while, I'm doing this on a brand new scooter. Maybe it's not that perfect, but you got the idea. Pedal must go through that floor, and now it's all installed. There is a little extra hole on this side, no big deal, you can fill it, or I can fill it with the silicone. Now we install in back our floor with all of those screws around, and now we have a pedal. Now what to do with this wire here? We are going to remove this screw right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And 7. 7 on other side, right here, that holding this cover in the front. Okay, so once you remove this, now you can remove this cover here. Okay, now you just separate this plastic and install your wire in here. So if you want to make it really nice, just do a little cutout and you will hide it this way. You can hide it at any. So the more cutouts you're going to do, the much nicer it's going to be. Okay, well, now we have here. So this piece right here removes, as you can see. So you can install that, insert that wire and install this piece. Okay, well, now put everything back in place. All of those screws, align them so they will be perfect, and this is your final product, how it's going to look. Yes, after you put all of those screws, now you'll be able to accelerate with your foot, as you can see. Okay, well, we're all done with the Gio Titan premium model. Now, the last, what I wanted to mention, this is for the people that have Gio Regal or Gio Titan manufactured before 2023. I have a, especially for you, I have an electrical wiring harness to show you that. So that's for the people that have same throttle handle as this one. I want to show you that your plug is going to look this way, like this, black plug, not like this. But don't worry about that, because you'll be hardwiring. So as long as you're going to connect your black wire from the new aftermarket pedal to blue wire, because on the scooter side it's blue, unfortunately it's not black anymore. The other two wires doesn't matter, you can cross them anytime and switch them around. So this is important only for those people with this type of accelerator handle. The rest of the procedure is all the same. Alright, well, I hope it was helpful for you. Put everything back. I'm not going to show you that because it's the same in reverse order, but so you can see that it's very possible to install pedal, and instead of twisting your handle, and if that handle is still bothering you that it's twisting, apply some crazy glue in between the housing and the rubber grip, and it's going to stay that way. Or install some kind of screw in between, and it's going to keep it without any movement. And I guess this is it for now, guys. Glory to God and glory to Ukraine. Bye. Scooter with this type of a throttle. Other than that, I hope it was pretty helpful for you guys and clear how to hardwire it and how to do basic modification, how to do the cutout on the Gio Titan Premium model 2023. That's how you hardwire it, and that's how you can have it work for your needs. Okay, stay safe. Bye. Thank you.